Alright, well, I picked the New York server. It looks like we got... Maybe got frames? No? Yes? No? Now I have 0 bitrate? What the... Okay, now it's back up to 5,000. So I did pick a New York server from Restream. So let's see if that makes a difference, because I think it auto-picked a server before. I think we're good now. We'll see what happens. It could just be locally. It could just be, you know, issues with my local, what do you call it? Our infrastructure, aka the lines, you know. It could be a squirrel, could be trees, could be the rain earlier, the wind. It's a million different things. But I think we're good. So hopefully, and we'll be all right. How's the fishing been? Apparently pretty good. I haven't done much fishing. I've been clamming a lot. I've been doing some fly tying as well, playing some Warhammer. But we're starting to tie some crab flies and stuff like that. So hopefully we can get an opportunity. You know what I mean? What is going on here? One sec. Sorry about this. I think we got it figured out. I'm just testing. Except, no, this is not working. What the... Did I, like, accidentally do something here? Alright, nope. Now I guess nothing's working. That's good to know. Hold on, sorry, give me a sec. What the hell is... All sorts of issues going on. I think we're good, though. Okay. What are those GD squirrels? That's right. Those GD squirrels. Smoke, a large DayZ streamer, he had a huge problem with the squirrels coming and like destroying his lines up in upstate New York. All sorts of issues. I think we're good. YouTube's having an issue, but it shows my bit rate's completely fine. Okay, we're all right. We got there. Holy cow. Gotta love technical issues, eh? All right. Well, I'm happy I didn't start tying another fly so we can do it together. All right. Let's try another one of these floating crab flies, I suppose. Yeah, shout out to Optimum. Terrible internet service. I love seeing the ads of like Twitch streamers. You should try out Optimum, guys. You can use my creator code. I'm like, no. I don't think Optimum will ever reach out to me for for that with what I've said over the years. All right. Make a couple crab legs real quick with what we just made. I kind of like this, where you just make a bunch of knots and then you cut it and have like little arms. You don't need like double articulation on those crab legs. We are gonna try and make another foam body. I'm just gonna freehand this one. We don't got to get too fancy with it. I'll tell you what, this is a much larger hook, so we're gonna make this longer as well. What I like to do, this is what I've done over the years with foam. I always have like an adhesive foam, a sticky foam, and then I attach that to another foam. Sometimes another adhesive foam, you can go like that, or you can just go to something like this, a regular piece. And it works darn good. It like never comes apart from fishing it, because the adhesive on the foam works really well. Let's see if I can freehand cut crab shape. That's not half bad. It's not bad, actually, but it's a little large. So what I'm going to do is trim this up, make it a little bit more reasonably sized. It's not half bad, I guess. Because we are going to be tying it. Oh, I do want to do one, actually. I want to do one where the foam... It's going to be actually kind of tricky to do, but let's figure this out. So I can use this body for something else, but here, I completely forgot. So we might actually be able to do it like this. Let's find out. Experimentation. I'm just going to cut 2 relatively equal-sized pieces-ish, and we're going to try something. I think we're going to tie it first. This is going to be kind of interesting. I don't know how this is going to work. We'll figure it out, I guess. So we're going to tie the fly first. We're not going to do anything with the foam till the end. We're going to sandwich this with the adhesive and then trim it. So I don't know how this is going to work, but we'll figure it out. We got our crab legs, little legs, and dubbing brush. Same sort of situation that we just kind of did. Like that. This will be tied up here. Then we'll fold it back like that, but we'll leave it like this. We're gonna do like 1 or 2 wraps with the dubbing brush and tie that down. Rubber legs. Got some of these tan ones I'll use. I'm just going to cut these, make them smaller. And I'm just going to be lazy and tie kind of like that. We figured it out now, yeah, we want the legs going one way. I guess I don't need to do that many. Do like 3. Kind of seems like a lot. I think crabs do they have 8 legs? Or do they have 10? I forget. I always forget. Anyways, the more the merrier. It'll look good to the striped bass. They'll be like, ooh, what's all that little things moving around? Looks like a crab leg. I'm going to have to hit this with a brush. This dubbing brush got wrapped up there in the end. Whip finish it and fish it like that. Hey, check out my new crab fly. What do you guys think? Do you think Umpqua is going to buy the pattern from me? Might catch them, you never know. Oh, I need to get a, here's what we're going to do. Instead of going another dumb brush, we're going to make some dubbing with the Senos laser dub. Go with a little bit more. Hey Joe, what's going on, man? You ever played with tying spook flies, non-deer hair version? Yes. It's called a pole dancer. The pole dancer or the DC Dodger kit. which I have some heads somewhere, but we fished with it not too long ago on Twitch. They're a concave shaped head. They have a tube body attached to the foam head. It's got a keel wire on the tube, and I think a keel as well as a rattle, or just a rattle wrapped in a staz. But look it up. It's called a pole dancer or a DC Dodger. And it's literally, you have to have the right rod, line, leader, like the outbound shorts, and you gotta like tweak them. It's really tough to get them perfect. But what you do is they literally just go like this, psh, 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 like a foot on either side, literally like a pole dancer. You have to strip it in the exact rhythm. You have to like let it sit for a second in between, but keep the rhythm, you know. So at some point, I need to buy DC Dodger heads because you can't buy pole dancer components. They only sell it, and they were like secretive. They don't even show you how to tie pole dancers. It does. It took me a while, but once I got it right, it's the coolest thing ever. It starts stripping, and it's only in certain, if it's too rough, it's kind of hard to get it at times, but it literally is like a spook where it goes like a foot on either side. It's very cool. Just check out the videos with pole dancers. Well, you got to be careful what videos you look up. Look up striped bass fishing on the Delta, pole dancer fly. Be very careful with pole dancer videos, but that's all there. If you're at work or something, just FYI. Do you listen to the Cut and Retire podcast? I swear they just talked about Umpqua tires on there. No. That's just an old joke. I've literally met Umpqua guys, and they were trying to get me to sell their flies to them. I'm like, dude, none of these patterns are mine. These are just adaptations of other people's stuff. I don't have anything. They're like, well, send us any original stuff you think you have. I'm like, I don't. I'm not that. Oh, there's nothing wrong with it. It's just funny. You know what I mean? I like the idea of, like, I have a skit about it where, like, Umpqua Qualls or something, and I'm like, yeah, I'm trying to sell my Nipple Twister 5000, and all these, like, crazy names of trout flies. And they're like, what the hell? And then the last fly was, like, very calm and normal, but it was, like, made with, like, bald eagle feathers and, like, walrus hair, polar bear, and the guy hung up on me or something. Oh, good. There's nothing wrong with it, but we can make fun of ourselves. Master of Battle. I don't sell flies in Umpqua. There's nothing wrong with it, but you better watch out. Nobody's safe from the FFBI. Fly Fishing Bureau of Investigations. They'll roast anybody. All right. Yep. Oh, good. So this stuff's so dumb. I love it. All right. Let us see if we can actually do what I was thinking here. Yep. Because I'm like, over time, I started seeing way more sexualized names of flies going on. And I'm like, what? They're really getting out of control with these trout flies. Somebody's got to, like, dial it down a little bit. So I was like, what are the... How do I not get, like, future demonetized, but also come up with crazy names? That was my turn when I was really enjoying making dumb fly fishing videos. Let me get this dubbing brush in control real quick before I attempt to do this crazy shenanigans I'm about to do. Yeah, I got some FFBI stickers. I have them on my fly tying basket. I love how they're ruthless, whoever has that account. And there's not, I mean, I was like hoping one day I'd be on FFBI. You know what I mean? It's probably an honor to get roasted by FFBI. Think Merkin, maybe the OG sex fly? Probably. Yeah, I don't know if there were any other. Maybe there were, but they weren't as famous. I'm sure there were some randy fly tires out there. Alright, how the hell am I going to do this? I guess we'll figure it out. I probably should have cut this more first, I guess. Yeah, we're doing some floating crab patterns today, or attempting. We're getting wild here. I don't know if this is gonna work, but we'll see. Probably trim it some more. I'm trying to like visualize it, you know what I mean? Definitely needs to be shorter. A little bit smaller too. Take it down a notch. You kind of see what we're working with here. I wanted a little bit more fuzzies. I trimmed it a little too much, but that's okay. We could just like, you just start throwing some crap on there, sprinkling it in there. Now, do I want it to be this big as well, or do I want to go a little bit smaller? I think a little bit smaller. Just a wee bit. On either side. And yeah, I want to pull these fibers out like this if we're doing this. I'll go ahead and stick this on there. Move these little legs out and about. We got some little fuzzies going on. I like it. So now this is where it gets a little tricky. So I'm thinking we cut a slit right there. This will go like that, right? So I do need to figure out the shape. So how about this? Let's do something like this and go underneath and trace it. Even though it's a little ghetto, I probably should have done it. Well, I guess I could just do this. What am I doing? Let's do that. Just pop that off real quick. I'm going to trace it. May cut it a little bit larger than it is. If I can line it up. It's a little tough when it's sticky foam, but there you go. Pop that back on there. Again, we want that to be kind of poking up. Kind of like that. Okay. This is an experiment. Double-fisted green merkin. Oh, God. You should come up with troll names and sell them to Umpaquet. Like, just mess with the guy. Like, extreme triple-fisted merkin. There's yeah, like... We're like, yeah, all right, sounds good. Let's sign off on it. Oh, God. That's a good one. All right. Now, this is where things get a little wild. Are you ready for this? I don't know if you are. This is where things get a little wild. Let's hope we don't screw it up. Yeah, you gotta be careful. This super glue dries quick. Also don't want to get it all over my hands. Ah! Okay, we're good. Came gushing out. You gotta watch out when tying these double-fisted merkins. Come gushing out. Now, the question is, how do we... I should have done that first. Break out the incisor tool. Where's this? I think I'm going to cut something like that. And then we're going to go for... Just kind of poke that through. You gotta watch out. The foam is like melting now. It's like reaching molten temperature levels. Yeah, and then we could just clean that up a little bit. Very surgical box cutter. Put that on my Amazon fly time list for you guys. The goat sea diver. Yep. Chernobyl crab, okay, yeah. So after we've had the chemical reaction of the two foams and the super glue reach nuclear temperatures, you've now tied the Chernobyl crab. Just know that you cannot fly with it. Alright. Go for a little trim without cutting all my doodads. Definitely probably get the size of the body figured out before you do it. You know what I mean? But it's not bad to have a little overhang to make it a little stronger, you know what I mean? Right. It's also just annoying to try not to cut these legs now. And there we go. Weird little crab thing. Just foam. Some legs, some other little legs. I think we're going to try this again, but a little bit cleaner to where I don't get super glue all over my hands. Let's go with like a yellow. Because I don't have... I could have swore I had a brown Sharpie, but who knows where the heck that went. Ooh, I like hitting that pink with a little bit of that Sharpie. It makes it like orange almost. Yeah. Just kind of make it look weird. It's like a Napolitanian. How the hell do you say that again? Napolitan ice cream? Neapolitan. Is it spelled Neapolitan? I thought that was Neapolitan. I guess it's Neapolitan. Yeah, it is. It's been so long since I've said the word Neapolitan ice cream. I like Neapolitan better. What's going on, Slim Thunder? How you doing, man? How you doing, huh? I saw you got some fun gardening projects going on. I'll just go ahead and rip my fingernail off here. Jesus. I'm going to use my... There we go. Dude, my fingernails have been getting beat up from clamming. Check that out. You see how they're wearing down in the middle? That's from picking up the clams, the hard shell clams. You just waited for autocorrect to come with something? Yep. I think it is spelled Neapolitan. I'm going to call it Neapolitation ice cream, though. Sounds cool. There we go. We got some weird looking floating crab fly. Extremely weird looking. But I like it. In fact, I'm going to even make it darker underneath with some olive now. We're going freestyle. Just to kind of give it some camouflage. Bright pink doesn't really scream natural crab fly, you know what I mean? But maybe I'm wrong. Nepalatashan? Yep. There you go. I think that's the correct spelling, if I'm not wrong. We'll try and see if Jerry can stock the bar with some of that. It's pretty good ice cream. All right. Not too shabby. Not too shabby. We have been streaming for a little bit. I think it's. I think I'm just gonna go grab a drink. I got some water here, but maybe grab something. Maybe see if I got a White Claw, perhaps. Who knows? Little midday 4th of July weekend White Claw, maybe. Cucumber was the only thing to survive the 18 degrees. Oh man, that's probably pretty tough, right? We have some cucumbers right now. It's actually, they're doing pretty good, but every year we have issues with powdery mildew from just the humidity at that time of year in like August and July. So I guess we're going to see what happens. They're flowering right now, the cucumbers. We got a couple snow pea plants, a couple tomatoes, giant strawberry patch of they've just naturally been spreading and growing in the ground. So there's like just a million strawberries, but that was a couple months or like a month ago. We were getting those. And I don't think we have any other like crazy veggies going on. No potatoes or nothing this year. But so hopefully that powdery mildew doesn't come back for the cucumbers, because they usually flower, they start growing the cucumbers, and then we get like powdery mildew or something, and they just wither and die. And we end up getting a cucumber or two, but you know, ideally I would want that thing to be a little bit healthier. We might get bigger cucumbers if it doesn't, you know what I mean? And I've tried using like milk, for instance, or other things like that. Oh yeah, powdery mildew is terrible for other things. There's other things you can use like natural organic sprays with like apple cider vinegar and stuff like that as well. It's the fatty acid in the milk that I think actually takes care of the powdery mildew, if I'm not wrong, or helps against it. But all right, we're just gonna take a quick little break here. Let me wash, try and get some of this. I got like super glue and crap on my hands. I'm gonna grab a quick drink, and we're gonna keep on messing around. We've tied a couple interesting little crab flies here. I think we might attempt that again just to see how it goes. I do like the gurgler version. The gurgler version's pretty cool. I think if you have the right colors and stuff and you tie this right, this might be a very interesting floating crab fly. Just think of it as a crease fly, essentially. But just sideways, right? So, yeah, I'm going to take a quick little break. Don't go nowhere. We'll play our little Albie highlight, and I'm going to grab a drink, and we're going to keep on tying some crab flies. All right? Appreciate everybody tuning in, by the way, so be back in just a moment. Looks like a cactus. Yeah, dude. Yeah, dude. Stay tight, all right? Yeah, keep it tight. Yeah, dude. Yeah, Aiden. Knuckle buster. Are you good? Do you need me to do anything?
Yeah, I might need a ride. Yes.
Okay. Hold on, I'm gonna turn now.
I'm gonna try and get on the valve.
Yeah, get on the valve. All right, you're doing good. Keep doing your thing. I'm gonna move us away.
that a little one?
No, that's a nice one.
Oh, let's go!
Come here, go next to our alley.
Good job.
That's sick.
All right. Nice.
Let's go! Woo! Albie slap!
Good job, dude.
Yee yee!
Looking down the barrel of a 12 gauge little tuny, bro. On the albacore too.
Oh my god, dude! What the fuck? Woohoo! Oh my god. Yep. Oh my god!
I gotta turn the boat so I can cast. Oh my god, dude! Alright, get back to catching him, Diego.
Can't get one now. There's a shark.
Frigates!
Albie?
Frigates.
Frigate.
Whoa! Whoa! That's gotta be bluefin or something. Look at. Hell yeah, dude. To grab a fish like that, to grab a fly like that, a big deceiver. Albie's in the rain on the half. All right, we are back. Oh, let me shut off the AC. I turn the AC on when I run downstairs so it cools down a little bit. Okay. So, we are going to continue tying some cool floating crab flies. And I will say again, every time I watch that Albie video, it gets me excited for Albie season. So I cannot wait to try and catch some Albies this year, because I did not catch any last year. It was a crime against humanity. How dare I? So we're definitely going to try and get out there this year, one way or another. Mark my words. We'll slam some cores on stream. And then catch a false albacore. No, I don't drink Coors Light. No offense to Coors Light, but not really my thing. All right. So let's try that funky looking peyote crab again. Except this time we'll maybe try and be a little bit cleaner with the foam presentation on it. I do like the 2-aught tarpon hook. Maybe we'll try 1-aught this time, though. Yeah, let's try 1-aught. Go a little bit smaller on the body. This is also a little bit smaller hook. Might float better. Just like that. Slip that in there. I'll go ahead, do the same thing. Entire body and whatnot. You know, maybe now is the time to do the... This is probably smarter. Is to tie or figure out our shape of the crab before anything's on there. We're not going to take the adhesive off. We're just going to cut everything. We're going to just trim this, cut this, yada, yada, yada. Drop my bobbin. That's okay. So, what's the size I'm looking for here? We do want overhang, because that's kind of the whole point of this fly. We can get a somewhat accurate representation of a crab. So, let's get this even. Have foam flying all over the place. And then this is the center. I'm just going to try and get somewhat of a crab profile cut out. Not the best with freehand in this foam stuff, but it works. Kind of just take a little bit off like that. And that looks pretty good, I guess. It's a little lopsided or whatnot, but it'll work. I think I do, though, want to make sure that it's flush on both sides. So I'm probably just going to slightly take off a little bit on this, on each side here. Just a teeny bit. Use my thumb to make sure I don't take too much off. Just take a teeny amount off. Yeah, that's pretty good. I'm happy with that. It's good enough for government work. So now we're going to tie the body. By the way, got a little Guinness going on. Happy belated 4th of July, everybody. Okay. I do have some pre-made rubber claws, so let's go ahead and use that. We'll go for like a we'll go for the full olive. We'll just go for a green crab, it's called. The invasive green crab species. So we'll use Senno's laser dub, some pre-made claws, and some rubber legs that are the appropriate color. So I do want to attempt to make some eyes. I forgot. So I think I cut a piece of mono. Hopefully it didn't go flying, because I just kind of put a pile of crab stuff. I can always cut another piece because I know where it is. I'll just do that instead of rooting around. So let me do that real quick. We're going to make some eyes, because if we're going to go for a semi-cool, fancy-looking crab, we might as well do it. to do right. I know I got some leader material somewhere in here. Where is that? There we go. Some Mason's hard mono. I'll just cut a little piece off so I don't lose a big chunk like I just did. I'm sure it's somewhere. I'll find it later when I vacuum. So I do have some of these little glass beads. Killer caddis beads or something. I have no idea. I got these from the local saltwater tackle shop, that Whitewater, that does all the fly tying stuff. So just some beads they got for crab eyes, I guess. I'm just going to get a bead on this mono. This is where you have like little tweezers helps. I'm just going to try and scoop one up without dropping every single one of these on the ground, which I feel like is a possibility right now. I feel like this is a volatile little container that could just explode at any point. So what I like to do is create a little ball so they can't go anywhere. Then I almost kind of like to press the eye into that mono. Like that. And then we'll just hit that with a little bit of resin. I'll do the other side here. You can see those little beads on there. Be careful. I don't know if these beads will crack or not. They are made of glass, so I wouldn't get too crazy with the lighter because they aren't. They are very small. Excuse me. So let's take a little resin. Coat that with a teeny bit of resin on each side. Oh, this one popped off. That's okay. You know what I will do is I'll trim this a little bit then, because there's a little overhang right there. That's good. All the money I'm saving, I'm not going to the dispo. I'm spending on seeds. Yeah, I know, right? They get you one way or another. Mm-hmm. You gotta pay for good genetics. Go ahead and hit this with the light real quick. Made ourselves a couple custom crab eyes real quick. Again, these little glass beads. If you don't have these beads, don't worry. What you could do is burn some mono, is what I like to do with a lighter. Create a little bit of a ball at the end. You can coat it in some resin, hit it with the light, paint that black, and then you can essentially just hit it with resin again. So hit that like button. Thank you, Slim Thunder. Yeah, if you guys are enjoying the stream on YouTube, you can feel free to hit the like button. We'd appreciate it. Apparently, if you get like 100 likes or something, YouTube, while you're live streaming, I don't think we'll get there for a while, but apparently they promote your stream all over the place on the home pages and stuff. But anyways, it's always appreciated just you folks tuning in. But thank you, Slim Thunder. All right, we got some custom crab eyes. Very nice. We got our body. We got all that jazz. So, what are we gonna do here? Let's tie our tie everything on the hook, and then we're just gonna go ahead and attempt to attach the foam and not have it be too messy. You know what? Maybe now again is a good time to pre-cut it, because there's our bottom piece needs to have that slit. How does this go? It goes like this or this? Goes like that. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take a Sharpie. I'm just going to hit it on one side so I know where that attaches. That's not bad. That's not bad at all. I think it's a little time investment, right? But So this, let's say this end goes here like that. So we want to cut this. Okay, that's not half bad. And then we'll cut a little hole right here so we can poke our eye through. I can just poke it or something. This would actually help to have, like, here we go, something rather sharp. So essentially this will come on the bottom like this. This will come above. So I think we need to cut this a little bit back a little bit more. Like that. Make sure that pokes through relatively well. This will be pressed up like that. That works. Okay. I would tie crab flies if I had flats near me in Jersey. Yeah, but there's crabs everywhere in estuaries. Anywhere you have salt water in a bay, Gabe, you got crabs. And striped bass are eating crabs. So you might have better, you know, it makes maybe more sense to fish like streamers and stuff, but you'd be surprised. There's blue claws, lady crabs everywhere in estuaries, by marinas, little creeks, you know, where houses are, and the little creeks come in from the bay. These like little man-made things like that. We used to catch crabs all the time at my buddies over here. I'm sure you got tons and tons of crabs in the bay in Jersey. You don't have to flats fish. You know what I mean? You just need to find an area where there's crabs in relatively somewhat shallow water. You don't even need that. You could just fish crab flies anywhere, but you're right. Sometimes it makes more sense to do it in other places, but I would try it in some like creeks and stuff like that, or some area muddy, you know, areas near estuaries or creeks or marinas and things like that. Bays with rocky stuff or even sand. There's just crabs everywhere out here, at least. Everywhere you go, there's blue claws and lady crabs and green crabs. Every rock you turn over has green crabs. It's crazy. I'm sure you got them in Jersey. My crab legs. Where did they go? My claws. I recommend trying it. You know what I mean? You'd be surprised. Excuse me, I'm gonna sneeze. Excuse me. Sod banks, yes. Sod banks are full of crabs because there's undercuts and they live in the mussels and they love eating that stuff. Exactly. They love sod banks. We used to go catch blue claws in sod banks all the time. In these like little tiny sod bank creeks. You could just go in there and like you grab them by the back. The back like this, and most of the time they can't pinch you. We were literally cooking blue claws the other day at AC Fishing's place, and I was picking some up, and one of them almost got me like that. So you got to watch out for the really, really big ones, the males. They got reach. But we should just go catch them by hand. We wouldn't use like chicken or nothing. We would just see them and catch them. Yeah, they could dig in. Thank you, by the way. Quite the sneeze. All right. So, a couple rubber legs off the back. Slamming cores off the back. Cut that even. Give it a little fold and cut. Like this. And then we'll have 8 legs off the back, even though we still haven't determined how many legs crabs have. I want to say they have 10, because I just was eating crab legs the other day. I don't think they're arachnids, right? Technically, they don't have 8 legs. Maybe they do. I forget. I want to say there was was it 3 in the paddler claws? I mean legs, and then there's the claws. I don't know. I don't remember. I'm sure somebody could figure it out. It's been a while. We'll go ahead and tie a couple legs in here. Just like that. These will be folded off the back. Not for a long time, Slim Thunder. Making money, saving up money to fix my boat. Pay my gosh darn bills in the meanwhile. That's what I'm doing. I gotta get my boat fixed before I ever think or attempt anything else in my life. Yeah, I think these eyes will actually work like that. Do I want them a little smaller though? Now's the time to adjust. That should be alright. Ten legs. Okay, they do have 10 legs. That's what I thought. I was just eating some the other day. I thought so. That makes sense. Thank you, Gabe. But I would love to Slim Thunder. Maybe one day. Maybe one day. Okay. I think we're pretty good here. Let's see if we can hit this with the dubbing brush so it gets more buggy looking. Yeah. Because I like this little fuzzy stuff poking out of the foam. But yeah, right now I'm really trying to focus to get my boat up and running, so. Trying my darndest. Saving money, not spending on anything else, really. Except a couple little Warhammer purchases. But just very, 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 very little, very little. Posture check, thank you. Ugh, sheesh. This is a good song, whatever this is. Let me, like that. Alright. Let us go ahead, whip finish, and see if we can tie the foam on there. To New Mexico for a concert to see your mom. Oh, very cool. Says hello. Oh, thank you. I'm sure she maybe can hear me. Say hello back. I hope you guys are doing well over there. All right, question is, what's the concert? What are we talking here? What are we talking here? Are we talking like rock, like old school? Or are you guys like going to see like Little Yachty or something? That was the worst concert I've ever been to. One of our friends got tickets, paid for it, and was like, come with us. We were like, all right, it's a rapper. I didn't listen to any of his music. And we went there. It was like all like teenage kids in this concert in Brooklyn or the Bronx. And we just sat up on the roof the entire time and drank beers with the security guards. We were like, this music sucks. This is terrible. So we just went up on the roof where there was a bar and hung out with the security guards the whole time. They were real cool. We told our friend, we're like, how dare you tell us to come to this concert? Shame on you. No offense if you're a Little Yachty fan, but it's just not the music for me. No offense, all the little yachters out there. But it was all like it was like middle school kids or something. We're like, what the hell is this? It was funny. We're literally the oldest people here. They're like 27 or something at the time. That was funny. Let's hit it with a little super glue. Try and position this slightly different. There we go. Definitely going to be durable. I'll tell you that much. Definitely going to be durable. And then we just got to press all this together without getting super glue all over my hands again. So I should have left it a little bit longer on the bottom, but I'll just pinch it here. That totally works. Got our little legs spread all around on this little guy. It's a cool looking crab. I mean, from underneath, that's a pretty crabby looking profile right there. You know what I mean? I'm pretty happy with that. Not gonna lie. A little bit of orange on the belly. Stick figure, American Reggae. All right, pretty cool. I've never heard of them. I might need to check them out. Met them last year when they came to AZ. Because you still have Connects? Okay, gotcha. Very cool. Nice. I'm down with the reggae. With some reggae. You've seen me wash my boat before. We were like only listening to reggae at the time. I don't know why. It just works. It fits so well for cleaning my boat. Nice. I'm glad. All right. Very cool. Sounds like you get a nice little trip coming up. Hit this with some olive Copic marker, it's called. Go ahead and add our dots as usual. Kind of darken it up here and there. Because green crabs are actually pretty dark. There we go. There's our floating pregnant green crab. You guys want to enjoy their music? Yeah, I'm sure. I'll have to check them out. Stick figure. Gotcha. I'll check them out. I'll try and listen to them. I like that though. I'm having fun tying these. They're kind of like crease fly crabs, I would call them, or something. Pretty interesting though. It's a little tricky getting the body just right. I think if you had like those crease fly punches where you could punch out the foam consistently, I think they even make some. But I'll tie these for Fluke. Yeah, I mean Fluke love eating little crabs and stuff like that. Same thing with sand eels and whatnot. But this should have no problem floating with the amount of foam because we double stuff the foam. We have a pretty good looking crab profile, you know what I mean? And you can just adjust the coloration to how you like it, you know what I mean? So, very cool. We got a larger one here, slightly larger on that 2-aught hook. I do want to tie another gurgler version though, because we've tied the crease fly versions. These are very cool. I enjoy them. Let's try another gurgler version, this time on a larger 2-aught tarpon. Excuse me. It's pretty good. Oh, I got to add more emotes to YouTube. Gosh darn it. I forgot about that. Thank you for reminding me by putting a couple emotes in there. At least sinking versions. Yeah, I mean, you could just tie them with, let's see, how would you do it? You could probably use some sort of body material to where you can try and get that shape. Or you could use some sort of sinking cuttable material. I'm trying to think what it would be, but even like a piece of like a bigger straw you could cut, you could shape something, you know what I mean? Heat it up and shape it, or epoxy it, vice versa, or use mono, you know, to build your shape and then epoxy it, vice versa. Which is definitely an interesting way of doing it. But let's try another gurgler version, shall we? I think I have a body that I cut. Yes, I do. So that's pretty good like that. We'll just use that. That looks pretty crabby right there. New fishing pole, but it's too hot to fish? Yeah, I bet where you are. That's crazy. If it was getting up to 118 or whatever you're saying. That's too much for me. It's a little too much for me. All right. So this is going to be a gurgler version. I think this time we'll tie some stuff off this way because it looks kind of cool. Even though we haven't, I don't know, have we done 10 legs yet? I don't know. No matter what, I'm just going to tie them kind of in like a bunch on one side and the other. Like that. That looks good to me. I'm happy with that. Grab one of our pre-made crab claws. But I did show you how to make them on your own, so if you ever feel like trying to whip up some chenille crab claws, it's not the hardest thing to do in the world. I'm just being lazy and using the ones that I bought. Same sort of scenario here. We got our legs poking out, and I'm guessing when you strip it, it will kind of fold back a little bit and then poke back kind of like a swimming crab does naturally. So we'll see. Maybe it will, maybe it won't. We'll have to test it. I'll have to swim it and test it. Get my olive here. Again, there's a lot of invasive green crabs out here. And I've done really good using green crab colorations. So you might be better off in some areas doing lady crabs and stuff, but there's a very high amount of invasive green crabs. So in Long Island and certain parts of the Northeast up here, particularly where it's colder, like I think in Maine as well, or Rhode Island, they have the issue. Don't know if you get them down in Jersey and whatnot or further south, but hopefully my new A-Weight is in here soon because I'm taking a trip down to where the legend himself, Fishing Bob Popovic near Island Beach State Park. Yes, that's in his book. A lot of places you see where he's fishing over there. That's very cool. That is very cool. Do we want to make some eyes? I suppose so. Right? If we're going to do it, let's do it. We haven't done the gurgler with the eyes, so. Just cut a small piece here again to make a couple eyes. They must be hitching rides on the big containers. Yeah, I don't know. It's probably something like that, right? Or somehow maybe they were released, from a seafood market from the city or something. I mean, who knows? They were brought in to like Chinatown or something. Who knows? There's many different things. Because I think it's an Asian green crab, so it must have came from somewhere from that part of the world. I saw some people are like making whiskey with them, which is pretty cool. They're like doing that to try and get rid of them. What we do, AC Fishing pots for them. He's got crab pots, and then we sell them to black fishermen during the season for blackfish, or like tackle shops. Because blackfishing is like one of the most popular things during the fall. The blackfish or tautog, they call them, particular fish species. They're very, very good eating. And they love eating green crabs. It's like the most, I don't know. They've like fallen in love with them, I guess, probably, or something, ever since they were introduced, probably who knows how many hundreds of years ago or whatever. 50, 60 years ago. I don't know when the green crabs started exploding, but make some eyes real quick. These are really big UV eyes, but yeah, I don't know. They were using crab to make whiskey. Very interesting. think it was on YouTube or something, right? How to deal with invasive species, like Business Insider or whatever it was. It was a really interesting video. We just sell them to people for bait over here. In Maine, what are they? They're using them for whiskey. I guarantee if there were... Actually, I don't know. I don't know what your return is on crab whiskey. I guess we'll have to see. Might be better off just putting them in burlap and selling them to fishermen. That's a interesting name there, Southern Fly Guy. I think we'll stick to the green crab, though. Thank you, though. Are crab claws made by EP, these crab claws? Yes, these are the ones made by EP, Randy. Yeah. We actually made some earlier. We'll probably make another set here in a little bit. Which Southern Fly Guy, you'd probably like to make these suckers for some redfish stuff. Hey, Bailey. How you doing? Appreciate you tuning in. Hope you folks are doing good. Yeah, we'll do another fly here with we'll make our own claws after this. So you could see if any of you guys missed it. It's pretty simple. You just use a micro chenille. It's not the trickiest thing in the world, but they are good. It's a good thing to know if you like making any sort of buggy crab or what do you call it? Crawdad flies as well, stuff like that. Okay, I'm gonna tie my eyes in here, or some of the eyes. Ah! I did it! Why didn't I close the top? You fool! I lost some beads. Most of them landed on the table, but... idiotic. You always close the top. I told you, this thing's like a nuclear bomb, bro. I bumped it. It went flying. There's like beads like... psh, 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 psh. Alright. Well, I'm dealing with this later. I'm not going to mess with this now, but I'm going to have to find some beads down here before I vacuum. I'm going to have to get on my hands and knees looking for beads. That's okay. Close it. I didn't lose many, but that was annoying. It's fine. I told you, it's a volatile product, those beads. I'm going to try that new body you use, though. I've been using the net-looking stuff. Oh, yeah, you're talking about, what do you call it? You're talking about this Easy Body type material? Yeah. This stuff works pretty good for that. Watch the back? Oh, I know. Yeah, that Flexo tubing crab fly, they call it, or something. Yeah, we're just using some... foam at the moment is what we're doing. Killer caddis beads always explode everywhere. I know, that's what I was like, God, come on, dude. Also, I forgot to do something, so we're going to have to do that right now. Let's see if I can get back there without completely ruining my... Let's do this. I have to tie the dang foam in. Completely forgot. There we go. That works. Go ahead and put some super glue now to make sure that foam kind of sticks to the hook shank. Great thing about foam, it literally almost melts when you apply super glue to it, so. Yeah, trout beads are the worst for it. I can't believe I got laxed, you know, caught me slipping. I got laxed. I don't know why I didn't close the top. I was literally talking about it like 20 minutes ago. It's not a fly tying stream if I don't knock a bunch of beads over when we're tying crab flies, so don't worry. It's kind of on par for the normal. Go ahead and tie these down. Actually, you know what? Let's tie this forward more, because I kind of want the eyes to be behind it. Yeah. Take a little bit more dubbing. Go ahead and tie our eye in here. Should be okay. Hit that with a brush, looking good. Wrap in front of this now. And then we should be able to tie our gurgler section. So what I'm going to do is fold these back just so I can get them out of the way. A little tricky to do, but should be able to. How about we trim this a little so it's a little bit more natural looking? Just slightly trim this on either side. Make it a little bit more semi-realistic, I guess you could say. Kind of wrap this up now. Wrap in front of it so we can lock it down and we can whip finish. Very nice. A little funky looking, but I don't think the bass probably will get that particular about it. I'm going to trim these so they don't become a problem and get wrapped on leaders or things like that. And then just probably hit this with a dubbing brush real quick. Ah! Gosh darn it! I must not have wrapped it enough. Alright. Well, what I'm going to do is super glue that in there and say, see ya. Jam it into the dubbing brush body. Maybe we'll hit it with a little UV resin. Unfortunately, I must not have secured it well enough, so that's okay. We could throw a little emergency resin on there for a fix. That is fine. Let's see what it looks like from underneath. Pretty crabby looking. I think I like the one where the body goes, where the foam goes through the body, because it just looks more natural, but this is also a little bit simpler. It's just a gurgler, right? It's not the most complicated thing in the world. So I guess technically it's probably a little bit simpler to tie. But honestly, the other version wasn't that bad either. You just got to cut some sections in the foam to be able to slip it in there, you know what I mean? Just hit that with the light real quick, lock that eye in there. It's good enough for me. All right. Very nice. Looking good. Now, I do have this Flex Fly tubing. I'm just going to leave that white, too. I'm curious, you know what I mean? With the pink and stuff, I'll just leave it like that. Sometimes it's cool to try something like that. Just mix it up. Flex tubing crab fly. Now, I don't even remember how to tie this. I'm going to be honest with you. I think you tie it and then you just push it in and then tie it, or are you supposed to fold it in on itself? I honestly don't remember, so I'm just going to freestyle it. We'll figure it out. I think you tie it right and then fold it in on itself. If I'm not wrong, almost like the classic making the heads when we were making the heads for tube flies. But I don't necessarily remember. How does this flex tubing fly work? Is it just tied in on either side and then pushed like that? It very well might just be like that. I guess let's try one here. If any of you have tied the Alflexo crab fly or whatever that thing's called, it's been a little while since I've done it. I want to say it kind of goes like this. We tie it to the hook, if I'm not wrong. Then we push it, or you just, we almost need a Launer shank hook, huh? I think we need a Launer hook for this particular fly. MFC crab backs? No, I don't even know what they are. Are they kind of like these pre-made crab bodies from EP? This is just literally like Velcro almost. It's essentially what this is. Velcro, this crab body. So let me, before I lose this, I'm not throwing this away. It's our last little crab body. We'll put this in our... By the way, whoever was asking, the EP crab stuff. Oh, it was you, Randy. I forgot. Yeah. These are the EP crab claws. And we had the bodies as well. Yeah, let's get a Launer hook. It's been a little while since I've tried one of these. This is a 3-aught. Screw it. Let's try this. I like a UV resin shell back. Oh, like a UV resin shell back from Montana Fly Company. Huh, interesting. No, I haven't even seen it. I'm not certain about it. It's interesting. I mean, I guess we could just do this, eh? Just tie it. I don't necessarily remember how to do it. Do you tie it and then fold it in on itself? I don't know. Let's figure it out. Let's just try it. If any of you Alflexo crab lovers are out there. I know Jeff was tying them. What in the high heavens is this? What happened to my dang bobbin? Got all wrapped on itself. Interesting. Let me pop the spool off real quick. See if I can fix this. How in the heck did this even happen? I've never had this happen before. Unless it's in the thread. There we go. That was kind of wild. Let me just break that off. Redo this. Okay, I was like, don't tell me it's doing it again. No, it's just way too tight. My bobbin drag. You got them off from Rupert? It looks like you just glue them on there. Okay, interesting. I'll have to take a look. Yeah, I'm not familiar with it. I don't think I've seen it. But mind you, I probably missed out on a lot of newer stuff. Sure, there's all sorts of funky stuff I haven't seen yet. So this is what I'm thinking we do. I don't really remember how to tie one of these things. This is what I'm doing. Actually, do I have thread all the way back there? Yeah, it's annoying. My arch nemesis is breaking thread on stream. That's why I have the Tink counter on Nightbot. I don't know if I'm doing this right, by the way, Chad. I haven't really tied one of these before, so we're going to figure this out together. I also don't know, like, how am I gonna... Am I just gonna, like, stick the crab legs in there and then glue this thing? Like, I very well might, actually. I feel like I'm not doing this right at all. Where do I want this? Like this. Don't panic. Nobody panic. We're trying it our own way first, and then we'll see. Alflexo action? Yeah, I'm remembering. Do you tie them first and then fold it back, or do you just tie it straight up like this? I haven't, it's been a while since I've actually tied one of these. So we're just kind of messing around at the moment. You stick them through with a bobbin threading tool? Ah, okay. Need your dumbbell eyes inside before... Ah, we're going for a floating one, which you don't know about. Shit. We're going for the floating version, custom. I'm thinking about coating it in some flex resin. It's like a pocket. Like an air pocket. Or just fishing it like this, honestly. Or just messing around. Okay, so interesting. So we stick it through with a bobbin like you're threading it. Okay. So I'm just going to tie this down. Attempt to. Gotcha. Okay. Cool, cool, Master Battle. Thank you, thank you. A mono loop? Oh, okay. Just trim a little bit of this crap so I can have ease of access while I'm fishing. Yeah, my buddy Jeff was obsessed with these at some point last year, and then he got over them. He was like, I love these things. I think they're kind of tricky. Okay. So when you say a mono loop, you mean you just take a piece of mono, fold it over, and try and with the material, and you poke it through there is what you're saying? For some legs, for instance. Let's see if I can do this. I think I understand what you're saying, if I'm not wrong, Doc. I could be wrong. We'll see. Making a bobbin threader, yeah. So just kind of like something like this. Just kind of like attempt to get it in there somewhere. If I can. How do I do this? Do I tie it or take me a second to... Do I... Oh, like this maybe? No. What am I doing wrong here? Put this... Imagine it's a bobbin threader. The only problem is I need to like tie this or something so it's... Yeah, let me do that. Let me make like a little loop. Yep. I don't have a bobbin threader. You don't know me well enough, Master of Battle. We're making one out of a piece of mono. We do bobbin sucking around here. Yep. Oh, you assumed I had a bobbin threader and I haven't thrown it out in the trash years ago? How very wrong you are. Think about it whenever you ever see me use one. Never. Why do you need one when you can suck on it like a crack pipe or something? Good. Alright. Custom bobbin threader. Check this bad boy out, eh? Pretty fancy. That works, I guess. That works, I guess. And then we'll like put a little super glue dab right there where they are or something. Have one purely for pulling legs through. Gotcha. Yeah. Try sucking on it through the body. Good. Yeah, that would be interesting. All right. Let's go ahead and stick this in there on this side. We got a couple in there. We'll have to try it again. Round 2 on this side. Round 2. Fight. Ah. Okay, let me make it a little bit longer. I feel like it'll be a little easier. This is an American holiday. I would. You barely even got ripped on. All right. Just ask Jin. Jin acts like I verbally abuse him. All right. Let me go ahead and just a teeny bit of super glue, seep it into the body there where it went. Very small amount. For the little old legs. This whole thing's gonna be moving too, so like I don't know. I need to like, there we go. Let that move and soak in there. I have to do the same thing over here. There we go. I mean, that's a pretty good looking crab body right there. Not too shabby. And then you take your bobbin threading tool and you cut one little bit of it off, and you make eyes out of it. Easy peasy. Easy peasy. I do want to stick the claws in there too, but let's make the eyes real quick. This is, if I can do this without having it explode everywhere, that'd be so fantastic. Okay, once I get these done, I'm closing it. I gotta remember. Let's see if I can remember. It's fine, we'll just leave that like that. Okay, close it. Whew, we're safe. We can breathe. I'll go ahead and hit this with some resin. Hit it with the light. Watch out with this UV light, man. Shining this crap everywhere. It's a little safer shooting it this way. Doing a little rotisserie chicken action here. Alright, let's stick these eyes in there. Probably don't need a bobbin threader for this. Nope, I didn't think so. That was pretty simple, eh? Not too shabby. Try and glue this in place if I can. Let me shorten it slightly. Cut this one a little bit shorter. There we go. That's pretty good. I like that profile. And then I can just kind of work those eyes so it draws that super glue in there inside the body. Yeah. That works. Very nice. And then we have our pre-made legs. I mean, these things are pretty simple for the most part, I suppose. I might need to revisit this. I might need to watch something on the proper way to do it. But I think we are doing it. I don't know. We're going to try our little threading tool here. See if we can get this to work. Get in there. Oh, so close. This is where having a real threading tool would help instead of pieces of mono, but there we go. Get in there. Yes. Now, stay in there. Darn it. Oh man, I'm gonna pull it out. All right, let me see if I can force it in there some more. Yeah. Whew! I just had to pull it like a those what do you call it? Hold on, I think I have to poke it back in there. What do you call it? The tablecloths when you just gotta pull it really fast. See if I can just poke this in there some more, get it more secure. Come on, get in there. Let's retry it. Oh, my bobbin tool is not not functional, let's say. Let me try this. Just try and do it myself with this little bobbin. I mean, this bodkin. Try and poke that in there. Get in there, gosh darn it. There we go. This one's giving me some issues here. Come on. We'll get there, we'll get there. There we go. That's the angle I'm looking for. I had to hit it from an angle. There we go. Okay. It took a little bit longer than I wanted, but we got it. Definitely hitting that with a little super glue right now. I want that crap coming out. I gotta say, this super glue works pretty good with this flexible body. For like an easy way to attach things. What am I doing? Give me this little piece of paper. I want to take a little bit of this off. There we go. All right. Next claw. Can we do it a little bit more efficiently this time? Let me try one piece at a time. Just kind of push it in there. Get in there. Really don't feel like making another mono bobbin threader, so I'm just gonna be stubborn, and I got it. That was pretty easy. Nice. That was pretty easy. There we go. I like that. Push the threading through. Ah, all the way through. Yes. Common sense. You'd think it would help. Sometimes I lack it. Quite a lot of it, too. Thank you. That makes more sense. Maybe next stream we'll tie some more of these, because I have a good amount of this tubing, so we could mess around. I might go get some better size hooks, what I think are, at least. But I suppose this isn't bad, this size. Something like that. Now, for the fun stuff. Actually, I want to make sure this is all. By the way, I'm almost certain this thing's going to be like semi-floating, if not subsurface. Just from the fact that it's like little air pockets are going to be formed from this. All right, looking pretty good. Not too shabby. I mean, I wonder if you just cover it in a flex resin, it's probably just gonna float, right? I'm thinking we try that, because the whole idea was going floating. I think we're gonna try that actually. A little bit of that, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Where's my orange? Go for some color on the bottom. All right. Yeah, let's hit it with some flex resin. Let's see what happens. A very, very thin layer of flex resin on just the body, not the ends. Let's see what happens. I wonder if this floats. Definitely make it more durable, I guess. And this is flex resin, so it'll actually flex. It won't crack, which is the whole idea. But I guess we'll see. That's the theory in my mind, at least. Hey, Brew. 54 months. Yo, thank you, my friend. Get some Li Flies hearts in the chat. Or some Li Flies cows in the YouTube chat. You're watching over there. Thank you, Brew. 54 months. I'm sorry, 34. 54 months. Thank you, my friend, for the support for so long here on Twitch. Get some Li Flies hearts in the chat for the long time support. Show some love for our friend Brew. Thank you, Brew. I hope you've been doing well, dude. Happy 4th of July. Hope everything's been going good. Appreciate it, as always, my friend. I'm not going to try and cover the ends, but I am going to hit where the thread is wrapped. Make it more durable. But I hope everyone had a great, happy 4th of July and everything. Didn't lose any fingers. Messing around with fireworks. I'm pretty certain this is going to float. Just like a very thin layer of flex resin. Just completely coat the body. I think that's pretty good. We can always hit it with one light layer. Thank you, Brew. How you been, man? Hope everything's been good. Definitely looks like a crab, that's for sure. Now the goal is, when I'm done curing this, I should be able to squeeze it, and it won't crack or anything like that. So let's see what happens. That's the idea, at least. And this should, like, 100% be a floating crab now. Unless there's any, like, leaks somewhere. Probably like burn the ends here with a lighter outside. It's probably like the best way to do it, honestly. Yeah, look, we could flex it. Let's go. Very cool. Look at that. I'm gonna do one light layer. One more. Make it more durable. This is kind of like an adaptation of Glenn Mickelson's really cool acrylic glue flies. Like a cheat way of doing it, using the flex body. Go a little bit heavier on the bottom. This might help offset the weight and like make sure this swims the right way, because it is going to technically possibly float, I'm hoping. We'll find out when I fish it. Fill it with bunker oil on the inside, and when they bite it, it squeezes out. Or crab juice. Oh my god, don't make me laugh. This is Yo It's Okay's fly. He'll fish it with a sink tip, fill it with green crab juice. Oh my god, you're totally right. Uh, that's funny, choke and stroke. Oh my god. It's like a dispensable, it's like slowly dispensing bunker oil. That's so funny. It's like a gusher. We'll call it the gusher crab. That's so funny. I'm just gonna let it sit a sec so it kind of levels up, you know what I mean? Kind of spread it around nice and even, and then I'll just let it hang out a sec. Looks pretty good though. I like it. It's like a fruit gusher. Yeah, yeah. And crab, the gusher crab fly. It sounds pretty weird. I wonder if Impacor would like it. Master Battle's like, God damn it. The snack that bites back. There you go. Oh, I didn't show you guys how to make those claws. I'll show you how to make one. I'm honestly probably gonna go make some food here soon because we got a good stream. It was probably about 2.5 hours, if not maybe more. Because I was streaming earlier, I had to stop it because we had frame rates. But I'll show you how to make these legs real quick, or these claws. This does look really good once you coat it in resin, I gotta say. So maybe we'll mess with more of these later, next time. Tomorrow's Sunday. I'm going to be running a Savage Worlds game, and I'll probably go play a little Warhammer before that. But Monday, we have our stream at like 2:33, or maybe a little earlier. We'll see. I'll post in the Discord. But we kind of are getting back to a schedule, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Unfortunately, last Wednesday and Friday I missed because I had some things to do, but this week we should be okay. It's because it was like 4th of July week. Look at that. Fully flexible. Not cracking. Gusher approved. And I think this should have an air pocket. What I'll do is I'll go into the... I'll fill up the sink and like put it in the bathroom and then put it in water and take a photo for you guys to show you what it looks like in the sink. Now it does look good. I like it. I think we're going to mess more with these next stream. I think this might be a pretty promising floating crab fly, honestly. Compared to the foam ones. The foam ones look fantastic too. Right? But this just looks pretty darn cool. Run a dropper underneath it and use it like a bobber. A red and white version? Yeah. I don't know how well this actually floats. So I guess we'll have to see. But as long as it like has some floating to it, I'll be happy, I guess. You don't really coat these. I think you fish them with sinking lines and stuff. But I wanted to mix it up and try something different. So again, I think it came out pretty good. And it's kind of translucent too. So I'm curious. We'll see how this works, I guess. I'm going to have to do some testing. Do a little fishing, perhaps? Who would have thought? And I think none of this stuff's going anywhere now. It might have before. Oh, as I pulled out 2 legs. That's okay. What I'll do is put a teeny bit right there to make sure that no gap was, no air gap is there now. That should be fine. But yeah, I think these came out pretty well. I guess we're going to have to mess more with these next time. Try them out. We'll tie some in tan, tie some in different colors, pinks, and maybe do a blue claw or something like that. I am going to show you how to make crab claws real quick, though, because I did say that. So I am going to show you how real quick before I go make some food, because I am quite hungry. And we got a nice 2.5, almost 3 hour stream in. So I'm quite happy with that, with some fancy crab flies. Okay. By the way, I really do like that. That looks sick. So you got micro chenille right here. You can get this. It's just a micro chenille, it's called. The chenille is this sort of material we use for wrapping and whatnot. And all I'm going to do is cut this quite long. And what I'm going to do is go where I folded it first. Make sure it's kind of even on this side. In fact, we could do it on this side first. We just need 1 knot. Normally they do 2 knots. I have a hard time doing it and getting it tight. So honestly, 1 works fine just for the claws if you ask me. But if you really wanted to, you could tie 2 knots and try and get that double jointed claw look. You know what I mean? But I don't know if the fish are going to be that cautious about it. But, you know, maybe if you're permit fishing, you're like, I got to get double jointed. All right. And then I would agree with you. Yes, you always get double jointed when you're going permit fishing. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, well, Brew, we're going to probably tie some of these next stream, which will probably be Monday, midday. So we're doing Monday, Wednesday, Fridays. I missed last Friday and last Wednesday because it was 4th of July week, but we should be good to go next week. So on Monday we'll go back to these and we'll tie some more of them in different colors. I think they'll be fun to mess around with. So if you want to make your arms, all you got to do is just get your little knot there, overhand knot, cut it, and then hit it with a lighter, like so. And then we have some homemade claws. This one's got a bent claw. Oh. Like that. So you can see very similar, pretty much the same sort of deal here, right? You just take the material, fold it in half, and you're good to go. And then what you could do is you could take, all I'm going to do here is like this, put this on a piece of paper so I don't get it all over my desk. And let's make these pink. How about these claws are pink? Or how about this? Let's make them blue. Yeah, for blue claws. And then I'll do a little bit of orange on the inside of it. Do some blue there for some blue claws. Just eating these suckers the other night. I had like 5-6 crabs. They were good. And then, where's my orange? I don't know why I'm talking with a southern accent, but God damn it, Linda, where's my orange? Here we go. And then I just hit it with like a little bit of orange at the end of the ball there. Don't want your balls to be blue. No blue balls allowed. And there we go. We have some blue claw crabs. Check that out. Nice and simple. So we will use these next time on Monday when we keep tying some more of these Alflexo crabs, because these were a lot of fun. So tune back then. Tomorrow I got Savage Worlds. You never know. There's always a possibility we stream on a day that's not Monday, Wednesday, or Friday. But just know that we are going to stream on the scheduled days. So, but thank you so much, chat, for hanging out while we tie some crab flies today. It was a good time. I enjoyed it as always. Sorry we had some internet issues at the start. That's your classic Optimum ad breaks that they love to do. And that's just a joke we have for Optimum's internet connection sucks so much. But thank you so much for hanging out. I hope you folks have a awesome weekend. Enjoy your Saturday. Enjoy your Sunday. Again, happy 4th of July. If I didn't see it earlier in the week, happy belated 4th of July, you know what I mean? And appreciate it. I thank you so much to all you folks for spending time out of your day and hanging out with us while we tie some flies and keep me company. So, and any resubs and stuff like that, again, thank you, Brew. Appreciate it, my friend. All the support. Any new follows. If you're new here to the channel, you can always check out the YouTube channel as well if you're watching on Twitch, or the Twitch channel, vice versa. And either, subscribe on YouTube so you can watch the streams, don't miss anything, or any YouTube videos, or you can follow on Twitch, vice versa. So, but thank you so much for hanging out, chat. I hope you folks have an awesome night. Hey, thank you, Choke and Stroke. Appreciate it. Brew, thank you again for the support. Doc, thank you for hanging out. Gabe, everybody. Southern Fly Guy, Bailey, Randy, of course, Slim Thunder, Joe. Thank you folks for hanging out. If Rev's watching as well. I will see you folks on Monday, all right, for some more fly tying. So thank you so much again. And have a great weekend. So I'll see you guys, and take it easy, all right? Peace, chat. You take it easy. I'm going to go eat a steak sandwich. Later.